Hello and welcome back to Way of the Brush. I think everything's okay. This is Act 2, Part 2, second take. I don't know. Way of the Brush, the somewhat informative show of sometimes painting and things, and yeah. With me, your host, Kris, who's usually the name butcher and sometimes getting off people's lawns. I think everything at the moment is okay. So, yeah, we're going to continue on. So, if you're brand new to the show, you can ask your questions in the comments, chat. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, I do this at the same time to both platforms. Of course, you can also send an email to Kris at waythebrush.com. It's in the description below. Of course, you can join me at waythebrush.com, central hub of all the silliness. Has links to Instagram, Twitter, all the usual social media stuff, as well as Discord. Discord's been fantastic. Discord's up all the time, having conversations there all the time. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Discord's been fantastic. It's a great way to stay in touch with everybody. And of course, waythebrush.com also has links for t-shirts. Want to get a t-shirt, help support the cause, look like connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt immediately. Like, you put it on and people go, oh, hey, that guy knows this guy, that guy knows his stuff. So yeah. Also, waythebrush.com has links for Patreon support. Want to help support support the channel. I'm independent now, so Patreon support is pretty much the main source of revenue for me, unless of course I have to go find a real job, and then then I'll do that, and this channel will probably suffer. So I have been producing more videos with the goal of creating even more videos, painting tutorials, this show, other live streams. I want to do more live streaming on Twitch, and of course bat reps. Series of bat reps will be coming out soon enough. Gonna be doing some Necromunda, and of course the tutorials, fresh tips. It's kind of in the same vein as what I was producing previously, and so they're kind of shorter type videos, usually answering specific type of questions. So if you have specific kinds of questions out there, feel free to send them in. Say, hey, I need help with this, or I need help with this, and would this, make a good video, and and all that. And so, yeah, that's basically fresh tips. I also will continue to do just the tip. I do have a few other videos or ideas for videos that I want to get done. Just the tip is basically just really kind of quick nugget kind of information, just quick little blast of here's this, here's the answer to this, here's the answer to this. And so it's not quite like fresh tip, where fresh tip can go beginning to end kind of thing, or maybe just answer something specific, or what have you. And of course, patrons have been enjoying early access to those videos. And of course, I've also produced a video that I would like to continue to do. It's something completely different from regular kind of wargaming. In fact, it has nothing to do with wargaming at all, but it is something that people have suggested in the past that I do. So, that's a bit of a hint. So I'm going to be posting that for patrons maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow, but maybe today. If it all depends. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's done. It's a done video. It's a done deal. So, let's have a look here. Twitch Kranos over on Twitch. Looking good so far. Ebb and Flow, yes. Dark Commission, that's better. In Sync, yep. Ebb and Flow, episode 267. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Yeah, pretty much. Oh right, Demon Monkey Bot. Yeah, Demon Monkey Bot's not on. Oh, let's see if maybe it's Demon Monkey Bot. Maybe Demon Monkey Bot is just too much. I don't know why. It's a tiny ass little program. I don't know why Demon Monkey Bot would be an issue, but who knows? I'm firing up Demon Monkey Bot. He should be coming online in a few moments. Of course, anybody who doesn't know what Demon Monkey Bot is, it's on Discord as well as the Twitch stream. If you want to interact with the Demon Monkey Bot, he plays games, he answers questions, he does all sorts of stuff. He's a fun little guy to have around. He's pretty handy in situations. He doesn't like me though. Whenever I ask him questions, he always gives me grief. I don't know why. Just doesn't like me, I guess. Hates me. He hates me. So, Kevin Cabal, hello, happening hobbyists. Hello. Disco Duke, you know the bit in the Matrix with the cat? Yeah, it's a glitch in the Matrix. I know. Lazy Monkey over on Twitch. Necromunda is a joy. I like Necromunda. I'm gonna be playing Cawdor. I'm playing Cawdor. So, if anybody's been following Ash, Gorilla Miniatures Gaming, he's been making little sneak preview posts as well. And so, yeah, I don't know when he's posting the first game, but basically what we're going to do is I think we're going to kind of alternate between. So one will be on his channel, one will be on my channel, back and forth. And we're going to do a campaign. We're going to just fight it out gangland style. And actually we might get other gangs in the go as well down the road, because it actually... I didn't paint my gang. Like, I painted my gang pretty quickly. I used contrast a lot, and yeah, it was a fast, dirty paint job. But I mean, I'll clean things up and add details and blah blah blah. You know, right now, just get them looking somewhat decent on camera. Of course, if anybody's been following me on Instagram, I posted some little pics there. I had little effects on the gang leader has like candles on his head, so I had like little flame. I'm sure he's really actually running around with a candle on his head. I don't know, maybe that's what we imagine they're doing. I mean, I can't imagine that, because you'd be running around, you're fighting in a gunfight, and he's got like a hand flamer, so he's just shooting fire everywhere. And, he's got to like try and keep his head level, so as he's running around, I mean, like, you couldn't crawl around in ducks, constantly knocking that thing against the ceiling. Just wouldn't make a lot of sense. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But, it's the Warhammer 40,000 universe, and not a lot of things make sense in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, so, yeah. Ghost of Starman Deluxe, is the stream properly up and running now? Right now, I'm showing everything as hunky-dory. So, I don't know. We're going to do this. We're going to sit here and talk about crap. Yeah, but everything right now is solid. This is what I was doing when I was testing like 2 hours ago. And it's solid. I did a reset of the system. I knocked a bunch of stuff off. Demon Monkey Bot is up and running, I believe. And so, again, everything, yeah, I don't know. My system doesn't sound like it's running as hard either, so I'm wondering if it just was a combination of things running and, yeah, Anyway. Nathaniel goes to Deluxe. Shut up, you're jinxing it. I know. That's what I was saying at the beginning too. I was like, oh, I gotta jinx it. I don't know. Maybe I should just get in the habit of resetting the system, because I was doing other things. I had video editing running and stuff like that. Not during the stream, but yeah, because the computer doesn't stream all week, and it's editing video, which, as anybody will know, is quite taxing on a system. And especially considering my system that I'm running everything off of. It's an 08. This is an 08 system that I'm doing this all on. So, yeah. Nathaniel, the canvas thing you're doing is it oils, acrylics, aquarels, gouache? No, it's normally I work in oils. When I was doing a live stream where I was painting a canvas, that was an acrylics. That was all acrylics, because it was an acrylic pour, and then I was airbrushing acrylics. Well, inks, but it's acrylic ink, so, but usually whenever I'm doing like my big canvases, yeah, it's oils. I prefer oils. I just like having lots of time to play with the color, play with the blend, and just kind of play with the color, really. It's just time. I like having the time. And especially if I don't like where something's going, I can just come in with my palette knife and just wipe it off, do something else, you know. Whereas once you lay acrylics down, like when I was doing the acrylic painting on the live stream there a few weeks back, yeah, I really wish I was working in oils, because I could have just, you know, pulled stuff off, and you know, because now that piece, I had an idea that with that piece, which was more of a sketch and an idea. What that painting, even the acrylic pour, did not happen the way I really wanted it to, and so, you know, I treat that piece more like a sketch. It was just kind of getting an idea down, and so I liked where it was going, and so now I'm going to redo that piece on probably on the same size canvas, and then because I have other canvases that I can play around with. I haven't touched them yet. I don't even think I've shown them on Instagram. I don't even think I've taken pictures of them. Maybe I should. Now Matthew Perez, woot woot, Kris is back, looking better than ever, good sir. Well, thank you. Yeah, so hopefully everything is running well. I don't know, I got this window open too big. Let's shorten this up. It doesn't need to be that big. I'm showing everything fine. Yeah, I'm showing 0, knock on wood, 0 drop frames. Connection speed is great. Yeah. Oh, just because I said that, everything fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. Everything's fine. And my system doesn't sound like it's running as hard. So I must have had something up, or something was sitting in the background memory or something. And yeah. So anyway. Fnord K? Compter? My Compter? Mine Compter. Mine Compter. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh, we don't want to go there. It's still too damn early for that craziness. Lazy Monkey over on Twitch. Everything makes sense as long as you expect it not to make sense. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. You know, I don't know. Everything seems to be okay right now. So I'm going to continue on as everything's normal. For whatever reason, things were acting weird a few weeks ago. You know what, though? I'm wondering if it is something about when I'm editing video, that something sits in the background. Because since I started editing more video at home, that's about when these issues started going. So I'm wondering, yeah. I mean, like I said, this system that I work from is an 08. So it's an old system. Still hangs in there, but, you know, yeah. She still works good. Nathaniel, episode 267, fighting it out gangbang style. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do it gangbang style. No, I don't think we're going to do that. I don't want to do that. Warbwat. Good morning, Kris. Good morning. Lazy Monkey, email? Yeah, we can do an email. It's a little bit early. Oh, sorry. Rob just sent one an email. Plateaued? I think I've plateaued in my page. Okay. Yeah, so I just got an email from Rob. I have another email to do, because I keep missing it. I don't know how I keep missing it. I'm a bad person, I suppose, because, yeah, just keep missing this. But yeah, we're gonna jump to an email in a moment. Nathaniel, I like the smell. Oil paints smell earthy. Yeah, they do. It's the linseed, right? The commission I recently did smells like freshly dug up earth. I wish I could keep it. Yeah. F Nord K. You Compter, sir. You Compter, sir? Is this a bot? Nathaniel, sounds plausible. What editing software are you using? I use Final Cut. I'm on OS X. I'm on a Mac. I work from a Mac. So my Mac is an 08. But as anybody knows, you know, OS X runs fine for a very long time, especially on even older hardware. Same with Linux. Linux is fantastic in that regards. That, you know, it's very compact. It doesn't eat a lot of resources on systems. That's why it tends to run better. Jabba's Left Nut. Kris, is that a porg on your shelf? A porg? Yeah, I got a porg. Yeah, I got. He's right beside my clone. I wanted to do another video. I wanted to do a video involving the bobblehead, the Kris bobblehead. But yeah, he's right beside my Space Marine. I also have another Space Marine back here. getting treated. So, yeah. F Nord K, you little bit sweaty. Am I a little bit sweaty? Yeah, because I'm freaking stressing out, man. Computer was all messed up. Things were exploding on me. Smoke, fire, chaos. Matthew Perez, Kris just ate an Impossible Burger. Have you tried it? Tried one of these out? An Impossible Burger? No, I have not. I don't even know what an Impossible Burger is. What's an Impossible Burger? It's a burger that's impossible? Is that what we're saying? All right. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. We're going to jump into an email. Email time. It's email time. Oh, perfect. Perfect. There we go. This one is from our good buddy, Old Man Logan. He was supposed to resubmit this to me so that I'd make sure I did not miss it. I feel like we read this one, though, but maybe it's because I talked with him on Discord, and he's been posting these on Discord. But either way. Hi, Kris. It's been a while since my last email, and I wanted to share some things I've been working on. Here are some pictures of 3 Stormcast character models that I just finished for a commission. Enjoy, Old Man Logan. So let's have a look at Old Man Logan's efforts. Yeah, I want to say if I've already done these, I apologize. But if I haven't done these, which apparently I haven't, I thought I did. But anyway, really great. I like the flate. I like the faces. The female face, I think we've talked about this before because I was talking about her bottom lip, how there's too much of a shadow, and it gives her kind of like too much of a bottom lip. I like the spot highlights in the blue. Yeah, see, like her bottom lip, there's just a little too much shadow heading up to the corner of her mouth. Whereas if you would have brought her, that highlight from her cheek, if you had brought that closer in towards the side of her mouth, that would have not pushed that shadow too much. And the important thing is that if you're the person who commissioned you is happy with your results, by all means, I mean, you know, that's the most important part, especially when you're doing commission painting, that the customer is happy. Mold lines. Mold lines. See, I like how you did this guy's face. The highlighting and everything is very minimal. I like that. I still like you can see the scars prominent on his face. Highlighting looks good on this guy. This guy actually looks like you may have done him first, and then you had done her. Just because your edge highlighting and everything seems a little cleaner here than on her. I could be wrong, though. Or maybe this was afterwards because you were getting more comfortable with your highlighting scheme. I like your highlight placements on the gold, too. Yeah, I like the little spot highlight you have on the shoulder pad. That's really cool. This guy's got his sword drawn back like, you freaking want one? He's going to hit you with that big giant ass sword. You freaking want one? Very, very cool. Oops. Let's go back a sec, and then we go this one, and there we go. And I'm on the wrong thing. Oops. There we go. This is part 2 of things I've been working on. Here are some pictures of some bone splitters and a war chanter. The Bone Splitter are a warm band that I'm using for Warcry. Hope you like them. Old Man Logan. And so let's have a look at his Bone Splitters. I really like the totem on the guy with the in the middle there. I really like your colors there. That's really fun. I like that the highlights on the orc flesh. The blue looks good on the hair. Little spots of red here and there. Sword, the bringing out the texture on the weapons. It's really good. Overall, I really like. I like your shadow choice, like your shading choice on the orc flesh, especially Buddy on the far right. You really see it. I like that you didn't go with a typical kind of dark green. Took a chance and did some, looks like maybe orange or brown. I like when people take chances on stuff. Just play with it, you know? It's how you discover things. It's how you learn. Oops, what the hell? Where was I? There we go. The highlights on the knuckles and elbows are kind of like this, looks like a light cream color. I think I would, like, if I'd have went that far, I would have probably tried to blend it a little bit more rather than just having that abrupt highlight like that. Or if I was going to go that bright, I'd have probably threw a green glaze on top of it and push it towards green again. Have it still bright, but, Oh, you went with a red. That's what it is. Very cool. I like it. I like this. I like it. Around the face looks really cool. Me likey. Now, when you were shading it, did you turn the red into a shade wash? Or did you deliberately lay that in there? Or, yeah, what was your process there, old man? What was your process? I like this guy. I like how you highlighted the face. I like the eyes. The eyes almost have a glow to them. I like the texture on the axe. Yeah, see this one here. You started. It looks like you mixed like it looks like a color like Screaming Skull into the green, and you started blending, or you laid the Screaming Skull down and then laid some green in to blend. I like the color transitions you got going on, like the shoulder and a bit on the bicep there. And I'm just wondering why I don't see it like on the legs, because I mean, like, it looks really good like on the right hand side, the arm with the shield. I really like the color transitions going on in there. And I'm wondering if that was accidental or what. Because here I'm seeing like two different colors. I'm seeing like his lower half is not the same level of highlighting as his upper half. But I like the colors going on that shoulder, like how you highlighted that. This guy's done in a more traditional type of sense. Now, were you just playing around with color as you were working with these guys? Is that what was going on? Because I fully encourage that. I fully, support that. Definitely. Try out different highlighting schemes, Orcs always kind of crack me up, man. They're just too crazy. I like that though. That's fun. I think that's just well done. It's done in a really straightforward kind of manner. There's nothing, sometimes you just want to get stuff done, right? And I mean, this is getting stuff done. It's more than I can say usually. I like the eyes. The eyes really stand out in these ones, at least in this picture anyway. Ooh, buddy on the left and buddy on the right. Jeez Louise. It's interesting choice of using a bit of that purple, it looks like, on the ends of the bone, kind of giving them like a bit of like there's still like the hint of flesh on the ends of those bones. That's interesting. You don't see that too often. That's a fun choice. I like it. It's a great way to throw a bit of color in as well. So I think that's really fun. Where'd you get that inspiration for that? What was the inspiration for throwing that bit of discoloration in there? Orc bum. Yeah, immediately I was drawn to this bum. It's kind of scary. Reminds me of like Fright Night. More bum. Now this is the one. Yeah, I saw this one in the initial preview shots here. I really like this guy. Looks like you spend a bit more time on him, seeing that he's a kind of a character piece. I really like the little glowingness that you have going on in his. I don't know what the hell those are in his hands, but are they like big bones? Are they like rocks or clubs of some sort? I don't know. But either way, I think a little bit more highlighting on the horns could have really stood out, creating the striations on the horns. The armor looks good. The flesh looks fine. In fact, I think I would have liked to have seen a bit of that that hint of that red in the recesses of like some of the darker points of the flesh of this guy, using just a bit more of that red or even that orange in the shadows. Even just like a reddy brown would have been cool. And then push the highlights of the armor. Just get a really fine edge highlight in some points. Not the whole thing, just like at the very tip corners kind of things. Whoa, that looks very red there. Looks like two different reds. Is this the same guy? I'm going to assume it's the same guy. Yeah, I think I would push in the contrast on the armor and on the horns. But I do really like the glowiness in the clubs. In the clubs, it looks really cool. Oh, is that it? I think that was it. So thank you, Old Man Logan, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. And we finally got around. The first half of that email felt familiar, but the second half didn't feel familiar. So hopefully that helps. I don't. You know what? I don't even know if you're here today. Are you here today, old man? Oh, you are here today. Old Man Logan said, same guy, different exposure, I think. Oh, okay. Lazy Monkey says, nice work, Old Man Logan. Yeah. Johnny Chop Shop. Kris sounds like a therapist. How do you feel about using greens? Nathaniel, episode 267, Orc Bum. I was drawn to it. You know what, Nathaniel? You win. Oh, crap. I can't do it from here. Oh, I gotta. All right. How's everything going? Everything's running great now. See? I'm wondering if it was what I was doing. I'm gonna start opening up stuff here. So if the stream starts to go shitty, then we know it's some sort of issue. And I can already see things going awry. Off. Let's go here. Let's ignore. I'm gonna kill this once it's done. So yeah, so anybody who has any questions, obviously ask in the comments. Send me an email. I like getting emails, and I like helping you guys. So feel free. Don't be shy. There are no dumb questions, unless of course your question is, are there dumb questions? In which case, that was a dumb question. Somebody said, hey, I was going to ask that. Head over to Twitch. Let's go over there. Make sure everything's running fine. Usually I have all this stuff up already, but because I did a reset just because I was having issues earlier, I'm still having to pull these windows up. I left them down, and everything seemed okay. And so I'm just kind of, don't rock the boat kind of thing, Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Anyway. All right. So that seems okay now. All right. Boom. Jan Viggo Newberg Johansson. That's quite the name. I don't think I'll be reading that one really fast. There we go. Link from vid is bugged. Anyway, cool. Love live stuff. Awesome. Well, I don't think I've ever read that name before. Jan Viggo? I'm just going to say Viggo, because I can say Viggo. Newberg? I can say Newberg. Johansson? I think I can say Johansson. The sync is out? I don't know. Seems okay. I don't know. The connection says it's fine, and I'm not showing any errors there. So it might have just been something. I don't know. Matt Hoser, you had me at Orc Bum. Old Man Logan, I'm a fine connoisseur of Orc Bums. Fine connoisseur. Matt Hoser, now is not the time to play. What does this button do? I know what the button does. It's just for me to go in and change the titles, and yeah. But no, everything was fine. I mean, I don't know. Well, Dark Commission saying that the sink was out, but I don't know. The sink is out. Everything but the kitchen sink. Lazy Monkey, Nurgle Bum versus Orc Bum. Fight! Lazy Monkey, I went back. It went bit wonky there for a minute, but it seems to be sorting itself. Interesting. I didn't see anything on my end, but I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to think though it is that the issue is my computer though. I think it is my computer. Like I said, it's an 08, so. Fuck, is that 11 years? God damn. I think Kris has got a spring for a new computer. Demon Monkey Bot. Old Man Logan just subscribed for 2 months in a row. Well, thank you, Old Man Logan. Thank you. Zachary Major. Kris, in your opinion, how easy is it to airbrush the new contrast paints? I've had mixed results. Interesting. Airbrushing the contrast paints should go just fine through the airbrush. I've played a little bit with the contrast through airbrush, mainly because with the contrast paints, the additive in it that increases that surface tension, that allows it to creep into the recesses, just like the shade washes, right? That action is kind of lost when you're airbrushing, unless of course you're going to heavily saturate the area with the airbrush, in which case, why would you? Because you're more likely going to get tiding and spider legging, right? So why would you apply contrast through the airbrush if you're going to use it the way contrast is intended to be used, which is through a regular brush and applied very generously on a surface? Not to say you can't use a contrast paint through the airbrush. The contrast paint through the airbrush, you're more or less looking for the tinting, because again, it's a transparent color, and it'll allow your underpainting to show through the transparency and create tints, or create different values, not tints, but create different values. So, for example, if I was painting a Space Marine, Ultramarine blue, and I was, using white and adding it to the blue, bringing the highlights up, adding the white tints the blue, creating a very pale blue, and it's kind of desaturated, and it's like, you know what? I want it more blue again. I want to have these nice highlights, but I don't want it this desaturated. So then you can come in with, say, the contrast, ultramarine blue, load it through the airbrush, and put a light layer down on that surface, and it resaturates. You could also do it with bristle brush as well. Bristle brush, though, I would recommend you thin it out and apply it in thin layers so that you don't get very heavy tide marks, because again, any change in thickness in the surface deepens the color, right? So if you work with it fairly thinned out, it'll lightly tint, but it won't leave heavy tide marks behind, and so it just won't be much of a problem, versus using it by airbrush and just kind of putting a quick little layer down. It'll tint the overall surface uniformly, but again, you don't really want to saturate it too heavily, because then again you get spider legs, you get the heavy tide marking from the air pressure pushing it around. But otherwise, no, using the contrast through an airbrush should have no problems. You can use it right out of the bottle into an airbrush, and it should be fine. I've used it through the airbrush, and I've only done it a few times through the airbrush, but I haven't had any issue, and I knew that I was not going to lay it down very heavily. So, I was only using it just to change the value, to resaturate the color. That's the only reason I was using it through the airbrush. Otherwise, if I was looking to use it kind of like how it's intended, where you're laying down a prime, and then you're saturating the area fairly heavily, and it creeps into the recesses, giving you all those different tones, right? Because it's a transparency, the thicker the layer, the deeper the color gets, right? And that's how that thing works. So, yeah. Who asked that question? Oh, Zachary Major. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what problems you're having. Maybe if you could elaborate just a little bit as far as what you're seeing when you use contrast paint through the airbrush. Again, using it like how it's intended to be used, you're better off using bristle brush, because that's really how it was intended to be used. If you're using it just to resaturate color and create tone variations through the airbrush, fine. But if you're looking for it to go into the recesses, you have to really lay it on, and it's going to get, that might be why you're having mixed results. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to do and what kind of effect you're trying to go for. So Zachary, if you could tell me exactly what exactly is going wonky for you. Nathaniel, Kris, pressing all the buttons, world came to an end. Yeah, it might have been one of those moments where we switched dimensions again. We might have crossed over there. Maybe I did cross over again. Maybe that's what it was. I crossed dimensions again. We all crossed dimensions. Oh, that's what it was. Contrast. Mixing contrast paints with other paint lines. Right? The whole universe crashes and we cross dimensions. That's what it was. I remember the joke now. Nathaniel, 2019, 2008, 11. So, yes, 11 years. Thank you for fact-checking my math. Lazy Monkey, it might be worth dropping down a step from 1080p in a test stream. That might help. Or it might not. I usually don't stream at 1080p. I'm usually 720 because this system doesn't like. Is that why this is doing that? I can't test it now because I would have to stop the stream, and I don't feel like stopping the stream. So, but my connection is fine. Video seems fine. Waving at everybody right now. Video seems fine. So I don't know. Am I at 1080p? I thought I'm usually at 720 because that's what this system works. That would explain why it was chugging really hard. It was probably something running in the background, like residually, like something was sitting in the memory, and I just they just never cleared it. It might be just one of those things. I don't know, because usually, like, this system runs well, despite being 11 years old. But anyway, Nathaniel, Kris, thin down any contrast paint can be used as a filter by airbrush. You're telling me? Why are you telling me? Tell Zachary. I already know that. I've been playing with contrast for quite a while. Zachary Major, I was trying to create Alpha Legion metallic paint scheme, but it seemed thick. Oh, okay. So you're yeah. So let me guess. You were oh wait. First attempt with the airbrushed miniatures was attempt to paint Alpha Legions. It didn't work so well. Yeah. So if you were laying down the metal first onto the models, and then you were using the airbrush to create that color, the Alpha Legion color, yeah, it wouldn't have gone into the recesses like you would have wanted the contrast color to do. It would have just tinted that overall surface. I find also that with the contrast, if you're trying to do it on top of metallics, it doesn't have a nice finish. It finishes sort of matte. It finishes more matte than satin. Satin being kind of the middle ground, it's more matte. Like imagine, okay, right? Gloss, satin, matte. If it finishes more in here, it finishes closer to matte than it does satin. And that is just the nature of the beast. It was when Games Workshop was gracious enough to invite me to try these paints out early. That was one of the things I recommended that they do. I recommended to Buddy who's in charge of creating the paints, and he's the guy who's working over the cauldron, mixing all the colors. And I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, Buddy. And I told him, like, these would be fantastic if they finished gloss, so that we could use them on a model. We could hit it with a matte, bang, no problem, have our matte finish. Do it on top of a metallic and get our bright metallic finish, bright colory metallics. Because for as far as Citadel's concerned, the only clear colors they have that sit on top of metallics really well are the Forge World clear colors. Those are the only ones that sit on top of metallics very well. They give you a nice luminous metallic finish. Using contrast on top of metallics, they finish sort of matte, and it kills the finish. If you've ever used like a color like Nuln Oil on top of metallics, it kills the metallic finish. It doesn't, the luminosity of the metal doesn't shine as nicely. Then they came out with the gloss Nuln Oil, and it's perfect for on top of metallics. It's perfect. I wish they had done that with the contrast. I wish they gave us gloss and just gave us a bigger bottle of matte so that we could matte down whatever we didn't want to have glossy. It's always, and that's the way I varnish all the time. I varnish gloss, and if I want it matte, I'll matte it. But otherwise, I finish gloss. And because I play Eldar and everything is glossy anyway, so that's just the way I likes it. So yeah. Dice Sanctuary. Holy Kermoli's Dice Sanctuary. I have not read that name in a long time. Hope you're doing well, Kris. Hope you're doing well. Nathan, I believe. Nathan. Is it Nathan? I'm pretty sure it was Nathan. Harrison Howard. This is kind of a noob question. That's no problem at all. I fully welcome noob questions. I mean, I know that there's people who are at different stages in this hobby. Some people are brand new to this hobby. Some people have been in this hobby for many years. Some people are just coming back into the hobby. And I'm more than willing to help anybody at any phase, and I'm hiccuping now, at any phase of the hobby. So always feel free to ask your questions, people. There are no dumb questions, like I said. Harrison Howard. But what working PSI would you use for layering tints with those paints? Below 10 PSI? For like using the contrast paints through the airbrush? 10 PSI is a little low. I mean, it all depends on what brush you're using, the needle size, and how close you are to your work surface, and what you're really kind of doing. If you're just kind of doing a whole batch of models, you can spray it around 20, 25, 30 psi and just do a whole bunch of models, right? Spraying it around, like, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10 inches away, that kind of thing. You're just spraying them down. If you're masking off and you want to fill in, just say like a shoulder pad, but you have everything else masked off, and you just want to do just, you know, the highlighting or color saturation on a surface, yeah, you turn down to about 10 psi. You're using a smaller needle brush. You're probably thinning the color down maybe a little bit as well, and you're coming in really close, and you know, you're only working maybe anywhere from like 4 inches away to 6 inches away, something like that. 6 inches away seems a little kind of far, but if you're using a very precise brush and you have everything else masked off, and with airbrushing and you're doing a lot of stuff like that, masking really is your friend. You really gotta pick up the masking skills. Like I use this all the time. This is Silly Putty. It's like just dollar store Silly Putty. Mask off. It's great for organics. If you need to work it into nooks and crannies, I often use like the little sculpting tools, and I'll just carefully work it in. You know, it doesn't stick to the paint surface like previous paint surfaces, and paint doesn't stick to it, and so it just easily comes off. The only thing is though, is you can't leave a project for very long because gravity pulls on the Silly Putty and it just, you know. So yeah, but yeah, that's what I use. I use all the time Silly Putty. Silly Putty. It's putty that's silly. Zachary Major, thumbs up. Awesome. Lazy Monkey, I'm showing 1080 source here. Yeah, you know what? That's probably half my problems right there. But I'm showing everything's fine. And the computer is not, like the fan is not, I mean, my fan is running, but that's my fan pointing at me to keep me cool. A fan keeps me cool. It keeps me from overheating. But the computer's not running like it was a moment ago. And we've been streaming now for what, 50 minutes? Damn near 50 minutes. So, what now? Oh, my brother. There's in my back in my home territory, Sault Ste. Marie. They're doing a Steel City NerdCon. So if you're in the area, if you're in Sault Ste. Marie area, which nobody is. They're having their Comic-Con, and my brother sent me a photo this morning of a Predator mask. You know, it looks like the original Predator from the 1987 Predator, right? So I'm trying to sweet talk him into maybe acquiring it for me. maybe I'll I can't send the message right now, but yeah, I kind of want a Predator mask, especially if it's like 1-to-1. If it's like fits my head, not so much. But if it's a 1-to-1. You know, like it's supposed to fit the Predator kind of thing, so it should be like, you know, like yay big. Be freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome. Zachary Major, first attempt with the airbrush miniatures. Oh, I already read that one. Dark Commission, mini, check. Paint, check. Brush, check. Mental arithmetic. Ah, shit. Lazy Monkey, which is why I mentioned it, was just passing thought. Yeah. Old Man Logan, Twitch shows 1080 source for me too. Yeah, I must be broadcasting at 1080. I normally don't. Because in the past, I have found that broadcasting at 1080, my system just also acts funny. And that's probably why the fans were kicked in so hard before. So, I made a switch somewhere. I think what it was is because when I was experimenting with different ways of filming tutorials, I was trying out one with webcams and recording right off my computer and using basically OBS to record the tutorial, which I'm not a huge fan of, like doing it that way. And so right now I'm just basically doing everything through my DSLR, as long as that holds up. And that's an actually old camera too. I need a camcorder is what I would love, to get my hands on. I think it would really, really help. Anyway. Jan Vigo Newberg Johansson. Man, it's a long ass name to get through. My best paint job is my first airbrushed mini. After that, I started overthinking. Now I use airbrush for zenithal highlights. Zenithal? I think that's the word you're looking for there. Not tried the new paints yet. Experimenting, mixing my own colors. Yeah. Play, man. Play with the colors. Experiment. You know, it's not rocket science. Play. I fully encourage you to experiment and learn from, and you're not going to get it right every time, and don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about, being right all the time. Accept your mistakes, accept your failures, and learn from them and love them, embrace them. Embrace your failures. It's the only way you're going to really learn. I can sit here and jabber on about, this and that, and it'll sit somewhere in your brain, but it's not until you actually try it and fail that you go, oh, okay, I see what's happening here, and then correct. But the other big part of it, though, when you're learning from your failures, the other big part is to be consistent. Be consistent in what you do, in your methodology of how you go about, and you sit down and you start working on your minis. That's your cleaning the models, that's your priming the models, that's your base coating the models, and then that's your whole entire workflow as you just keep going about it. That's the biggest thing, is be consistent. Because then what ends up happening is, when you're consistent, is once you do make a mistake, you can go, oh, okay, oh, I introduced this, or I used this kind of color, I was using these different paints, oh, I was using this brush, I was using this technique. And you can figure out where you went wrong, and that's where the biggest part of where you're going to learn, because then you're going to say, oh, okay, I did this, and normally when I do this, and I did this 100 times before, and everything worked out well, I introduced this one little thing, and all of a sudden things were kind of wonky. That's what it is, and that's how you're going to learn the best. The sooner you pick that up, the better you are going to be at this hobby and painting, and just enjoying the hobby. And that's the big part as well, is enjoying this hobby. War Stomper, Kris the God. Kris the God? The God? Not a god. Nathaniel, as a rule of thumb in the IT world, never touch a running system, or was it never run a touching system? Yeah, exactly. Never. Mine might be a touching system. I don't know. No, again, talking about consistency, that's this freaking computer system right now. I was monkeying with it again because I was changing around my workflow, and I was trying out different things, and I made changes to settings, and you know what I mean, and so wasn't listening to my own advice is basically what I'm saying. Old Man Logan, does glossing over the contrast finish not work as well as matting down a gloss finish? No, it doesn't. In my experience, it doesn't. It's easier to gloss something and then matte it afterwards than it is to matte it and then try and gloss it. Okay? I have found in my experience that when you matte something and then try to put a gloss on top of it, it gets all frosty and hazy. The color, it just doesn't work. Now, mind you, that can also be product dependent. I use a lot of GW, as well as something that I use that is not even intended as a gloss. This is what I use for gloss all the time. This is my fresh bottle here, but yeah, this is what I gloss varnish with all the time, Where's my? Oh, there's the other bottle. Yeah. This is the older bottle. Oh. This one here still was when Pledge acquired Future. It says Future. That's what it used to use, was Future. But you can see it's kind of like it's got like a bit of a hazy coloring to it. That doesn't translate onto the model. It's fine. There's no problems. Creaky ass chair. But yeah, so in my experience, yeah. It's easier to gloss and then varnish than it is to, or gloss and then matte, than it is to matte and then gloss. Because when you throw the matte on first and then try to gloss it, the colors always end up looking really hazy. So, and I've done that a lot with my metallics, because I'm still big into colored metallics, and yeah, colored metallics are just too much fun. Too much fun. Yeah. I was going to go somewhere with that, but I I lost my train of thought. Lazy Monkey. The more noobs, the better, because more noobs are more people in the hobby, and that's a good thing. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. More noobs, the better. Definitely. And of course, keeps me busy, right? Because, I like to help people. I have a lot of information rattling around up here, and, I'm more than willing to help people. I've been asked a million times, not a million times, but I've been asked, how do you paint black? How do you paint yellow? How do you paint white? I'm fine with answering those questions again and again and again. And in the previous series of videos I did, the quick tip series for mini wargaming, I endeavored to look for different ways to answer those same questions, so that, just different ways, because, there are many different ways to get to the end result sometimes with painting. Most of the time. Almost, I would say 99% of the time, there's more than one way to get to an end result, especially with painting. Even amongst paints, Zachary Major, thank you, sir. I've moved on to painting my Dark Eldar, but hope to return to the Alpha Legion after the army is done. Cool. Excited about the new Incubi? I saw those. Are we getting a new Drazar? Are we? I love the new Jane Czar. That's awesome. I can't wait to see how big she is. I want to see how big. Is she going to be like a big model? I hope so. I hope it's a big model. I'm hoping. The model has already been cast, and they're already, I'm sure they're getting shipped off to everywhere, and, stuff like that, I'm sure. I mean, I have no idea. But yeah, I'm hoping that she's big. And I'm hoping they do the Phoenix Lords, all dynamic like that. The only one who can be kind of stoic, I suppose, in his stance is Asurman. Or Azurman, whatever. He's the only one that I kind of picture, standing there and being all stoic. Maybe Mugen Ra as well. But Fugen, I picture him kind of blasting away, or, hammering something with his axe. Baharoth flying, obviously, right? Kandras stalking. I think if they did hit that one, like the artwork where he's kind of Spider-Man pose, kind of, it's on a perch. I think that'd be kind of cool for that one. Who knows? Anyway. Dice Sanctuary. Yes, it's Nathan. Yes, I remembered. Picking up hobbying again in a few weeks ago. Lots of changes with GW, so I thought I'd see what's up. Cool. Well, welcome back to the fold. Are you going to start doing your channel again? That'd be kind of fun. Harrison Howard. Oh my God, silly putty, so smart. Thank you, man. Appreciate the help. No problem. Dice Sanctuary, you're the goat. I'm the goat. Goat. Ultimate Rez. Well, there's a mustache I haven't seen in a moment. I know, Ultimate Rez. Buddy, where you been? Man, everybody's coming out of the woodwork today. What's going on? It's like we're getting the band back together or something. Ebb and Flow. We're all your fans. We think you're hella cool, bruh. Hardy har. Bruh. Dark Commission, if you're going to fail, be consistent. Yeah, be consistent in your failures. Be consistent. Dark Commission, my life explained. Old Man Logan, stream is running like a champ now. Cool. Lazy Monkey, future magic. Future is magic. Old Man Logan, hey, that's what I used to varnish. Hey. Nathaniel, I really don't see me airbrushing floor polish through my airbrush. It's fine. Just flush it with Windex and you're fine. It flows like airbrush paint. It's not thick. It's thin. It's thin-bodied stuff, man. It flows like water. It's like water. It's actually it's a bit more like milk, I would say. It's got a bit more viscosity to it, like milk. But yeah. Don't get hung up. I mean, all these things, you know what I mean? Don't get hung up. And, I mean, I picked that one up from Scale Modelers way back in the day. Scale Modelers. If you are looking for inspiration and, different ideas on way to do things, a lot of Scale Modelers are doing those things, and they often trickle down to wargaming. And people think, "Whoa, that's amazing." Meanwhile, scale modelers were doing it 30 years ago. So, if you really want to, pick something up. Same with airbrushing. Airbrushing. If you want to learn about airbrushing, learn from airbrush artists. Artists who are doing illustration. They're doing auto body surfaces. They're using the airbrush like an actual brush. Wargamers do not use the airbrush to its fullest potential. Like, most of the time. I have not seen anybody use the airbrush like a brush. They're using it just like a spray, a controlled spray. And that's it. Versus illustration artists who are using it like a paintbrush. They're creating lines, thicker, pressure. You know what I mean? Like, and those people who use it to that fullest capacity learn from their information, because they're the ones who are experts. Wargamers, even like myself, wargamers, we don't use it to its full potential. Matt Hoser, yes, especially a sermon. I need a flagpole that hasn't been lost for 15 years. Yeah, a sermon. Yeah, would they do him with a flagpole? Or would they do him without? Or would he have like a sculpted banner? Oh, he'll probably come with a sculpted banner. That's probably what they'll do with a sermon. I'll bet you. Zachary Major, absolutely. The new Incubi look fantastic, and I'm sure Drazar is next. My buddy plays Craftworld, so we are both excited and planning a campaign around Dark Eldar and Eldar. That's awesome. That's awesome. Post pics if you guys do like little pics of your battles. Post pics, especially if you guys got your armies painted. Post pics. Ultimate Res, Cuba actually. I missed that. I knew. Harrison Howard, that's how Citadel gets you. Fear of spraying household products. Sure. It's I honestly I don't know if you see, like Games Workshop, they're not concerned with the airbrush, and rightly so, because Citadel products, especially the paint lines, obviously, they're geared more towards entry level, right? They're geared towards people who are brand new to this hobby, and making it and encouraging newer people to get into this. They don't want to make it advanced, and you have to buy all this extra equipment, and you got to take care of these things, and you got to know your thin, how thin or thick the paint is, and there's a lot of hassle to using an airbrush, especially for people who have not used airbrush before. There's a lot of shit to know. Airbrushing is like 60-70% prep, right? 20-30% execution, whereas bristle paintbrush, it's like 10% prep, if that, and 90% execution, right? So that's why they'll stick with that. And there's just all sorts of troubleshooting things to know about airbrush, right? Clogs, flow. So all these things you got to know. Whereas with a bristle brush, the hairs are kind of wonky. All right, I'll chuck it, buy a new brush. Or if I really want to, take care of the brush, then, you take care of the brush, right? You learn how to take care of that. But again, that's like 10%, Bristle brush painting is like, for miniatures, makes way more sense. Which is probably why Games Workshop has never really pushed airbrushing, because it's a hassle, especially for new people. It's a hassle, and it's expensive. Ultimate Res. Then I had to take a break for a few years because, well, kids. I just finished a Succubus model. It's my best piece to date. Cool. Send pics, man. Send pics. Oh yeah, we're gonna do an email soon, aren't we? I don't know how long have I been on? The show's only supposed to be 2 hours. Oh, hour. We've only been running hour 5. We're okay. Not hour 5, but an hour and 5 minutes. Not hour 5. I'm running for 5 hours. I'd be completely freaking bonkers by the end. streaming for 5 hours. I don't know how, like Quirk did the 24-hour stream. I don't know how he did that. I'm sure when he was probably, taking commercial breaks and, he was playing videos and stuff, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure he was probably doing a line of Coke or something. Lazy Monkey. Future floor polish is essentially an acrylic gloss medium. Yeah, exactly. Lazy Monkey and Lazy Monkey on Twitch and YouTube. Whoa, 2 places at once. Omnipresence. The good old magic wash with Future before many washes were in the mini market. Yeah, exactly. And that's where it came from. It was just adding that that surface tension right to it, and you had magic wash. Harrison Howard. Citadel just puts floor polish in tiny bottle and calls it Shining Star Varnish or whatever and charge you $8. Sure. Yeah. Well, the thing is that, Citadel's going to do it. Company like, for example, Green Stuff World. They do exactly the same thing. They take a product. They go, oh, you know what? Wargamers would really benefit from this. They slap their label on it and sell it. And nothing wrong with it. I applaud a company like Green Stuff World for, having somebody out there who's got their pulse or finger on the pulse and, they say, oh, I see this product. And you go, you know what? Geez, Wargamers, I think, would really benefit from this. And then they slap their label on it and start selling it. And people buy it, So, bravo. And Citadel, yeah, I'm sure they'll do the same thing. Although I think Citadel, a lot of the stuff they're making in-house. So, as far as I understand things. I didn't get a full tour of the place. I wanted a full tour of GW. I didn't get one. And the next time, if I get the opportunity to go again, I'm going to beg and plead. Come on. I want to see everything. I want to see the whole place. Sit in the CEO's chair. Anyway. Dice Sanctuary. Haha. Yes, I was thinking of making some videos. Awesome. Yeah, start making videos again, man. You're starting to get back into the hobby? Sweet. Dark Commission. Luke APS uses acrylic varnish from a do-it-yourself store as medium. Big bin, real cheap. Yeah, probably, using like Liquitex or Golden or, those all work fine as well. Liquitex, I find the big tubs of like the varnish, especially the thin-bodied stuff, it's a little bit pricey because it's got Liquitex's name on it, and they're producing it in their factory, right? Whereas, this bottle here, and this bottle here, for God's sakes, man, it's still got that old label on it. This is like, when was this made? I don't even know when this was made. When was this bottled? Do I even know when this was bottled? Not a clue. Oh wait. No. Anyway, yeah, this was back. When did Pledge acquire Future? Okay, if you can do some quick researching, when Pledge acquired Future, that's about what you'll know when I bought this bottle. That's when I bought this bottle, and it's only down this far. I'm almost done the bottle, and this is done. All my gloss varnishing. This did my entire Eldar army. I even have big, super heavy models, so I was spraying a lot of this, and I'd spray it like on my vampire. I sprayed like I think 3 layers of this on to get a nice glossy candy finish on the model. It's like glass. My vampire the surface is like glass. Dice Sanctuary. Maybe I will come out to Ontario. Sure, come on out. Bargaw. I use car varnish for a gloss varnish. Car varnish. Like what kind of car varnish? Like a brand? Throw a brand at us. Throw a brand name at us. And then show us some pictures as well. Because, seeing is believing. Not that I doubt you. But, yeah, what you're using. I'd like to know. Because, maybe I'll try it myself and see how well it works. And maybe, just maybe, if it's even better, cheaper, and a better option, maybe I'll even start using it, I'm always willing to learn. Especially when people tell me, oh, I use this. I've done this. I go here. I do, Yeah, I'm always open to all that because, I'm willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn. I'm willing to admit I don't know everything. There's quite a bit rattling around up here, but I don't know everything. I'm sure I don't know anything. I don't know anything. That's probably closer to the truth. Nathaniel, I recommend Fred Krellen, Essential Guide to Airbrush. Fred Krellen? Send me that link, Nathaniel. Email it to me, Kris at wayofthebrush.com. Email me the link. Twitchy Kranos. Way to not go crazy during a 24-hour stream, but be crazy before it starts. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to get myself all hopped up on drugs or something like that to do a 24-hour stream. I don't think I could. And it would smell like ass in my studio space here. It would smell like ass, and I don't want it to smell like ass in here. It just smells like paints in here, and I like that smell. I like the smell of paints and fumes and thinners. Yeah. Barga GW was selling airbrush once. Yeah, it looked like a glue pistol. Oh, it was like a hand flamer. I used to have it. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere because I still have my bottle for it, and I use it in I use it in things. But anyway, yeah, it was an old hand flamer. It used canned air and had paint container beneath rifle. Yeah, it was canned air. The canned air was like when I bought that spray gun just to try it out and see what it was like, and it worked fine. Clean it, it worked fine. Everybody shat on it, and we're like, "Oh, it's garbage! It's garbage!" Just clean the frickin' thing, and it works fine. It's. We're gonna get on a rant. I'm not ranting. Da Vinci. Hey, bunny lad. Was thinking to gloss varnish Big Robbie G and use a pin wash, or would recommend a different way. If you're gonna go about it and because if it's a fairly big piece, yeah, gloss varnish, do a pin wash, clean it up, use a little bit of spirits to clean up the edges and stuff like that, and then reseal it. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Why not? Man, I mean, as soon as I clean up the Gundam, as soon as I clean up the mold lines and stuff like that, because there's join lines and stuff, I want to clean, sand, then I want to prime them. I want to I don't know if I'm going to keep them those colors. I kind of want to use some metallics as well, but I'm probably going to pin wash him as well. And so yeah, but again, with the streaming, and right now, I mean, frick, yeah, everything's running great now. It might have been something I was doing. God, wouldn't that be something if it was like the last couple of weeks it was something I was doing? I feel like a complete asshole at that point. Anyway. So streaming. I want to do more Twitch streams. And I'm thinking of Fridays of just working on projects. Not like Way the Brush where I'm talking when helping. It would just be me sitting down and just me plugging through my projects. I've got a whole bunch of projects. I haven't even made a list. I'm even too scared to make a list of everything that I want to get done. I'm scared. I'm scared to do it. Oh. Lazy monkey. Many moons ago. Yeah, many moons ago. Huffing paint doesn't really work with acrylics though. No, not so much. But I do oil painting, so I have thinners and stuff down here. Old Man Logan, 24-hour streams are a young person's game. Not for the likes of you and me, Kris. Not for us. No, it's not for us. Not for us old cats anyway. No. Ishya, there he is, Sammy. Hi, Kris and all. Sorry I'm late. Work sucks. Glad to see you guys for a bit. To all, hoping your weekend is awesome. That way, I'll get a good karma back. I need it. Well, I mean, karma is doing good for goodness sake. Not because, you're looking for something to come back. Because, I mean, I'm no expert on it, but, I don't think it works like that. I think just always put those positive vibes out there and just, whatever comes back, comes back. And, yeah. Another big one, too, to go off on a different subject matter, is when I hear people talking about deserves. You deserve this. You don't deserve this. They deserve this. I deserve this. I didn't deserve this, Deserves does not exist. It doesn't exist. Nobody deserves anything in this world and this life. It doesn't exist. Because if deserves did exist, then, why does a fucking drunk driver hit a family of 5, killing the whole family? That drunk driver survives. Did they deserve to survive? Did that family deserve to die? Deserves doesn't exist. And if you're the kind of person who says, I deserve this, I didn't deserve this, stop. Just stop. You'll find that you're going to enjoy life a whole lot more once you get rid of that concept. Just take that concept, pop it out, just drop it, put it in the drop box or the bin, right? Put it in the bin, then click delete. I don't know. This apparently is delete. Johnny's Chop Shop. I'm looking for a new type of filler for seams and such. What would you recommend? Something other than green stuff. For the seams, depends. It depends on what you're working on. The one I've been wanting to try, and I've not got around to, is using the Tamiya liquid cement and adding styrene plastic to it to make a slurry, and use that for filling in gaps, especially on styrene plastic kits. But it really depends on what kind of kits you're working on, because if you're working on styrene plastic, then using plastic cement, using melted styrene plastic, can use it as a gap filler. I personally use Vallejo modeling putty for a gap filler. It works fantastic. If you have resin or pewter, it's hard to beat green stuff. Green stuff works so well, and when you jam it into the crack, you get to jam that crack. It just helps bind those parts together and makes that join even that much better. So, it's hard to beat green stuff. So yeah. Where am I? I don't know. Ishab, is something I did, or did Kris add speech text to the bottom of the screen? No. I've had. I guess it's been a while since you tuned in, Sammy, because I've had the text show up at the bottom, just to chat, something fun, and just to show everybody how far behind on comments I am. Lazy Monkey, I deserve dessert. Ishiab, I deserve nothing. However, I'm hoping for something good. Sure. Well, we're always hoping for something good. It's always hope for the best, plan for the worst, right? I live by those words. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Yeah, ooh, that's dark, Kris. Didn't want to bring the show down. Just saying hi. Hope all's good with everyone. No, because we were just talking about karma and karma, just those kind of concepts. If karma's real, I like to think karma's real. There's not a lot of evidence to support that, but whenever we're talking spiritual beliefs, there's not a lot of evidence anyway for any spiritual beliefs, right? So, which is why, when you adopt a very logical mind, and being a logical person is very evidence-based, right? You can actually physically measure and see results. You can measure it. It's something you can tangibly measure. And with a lot of spirituality and stuff like that, there's nothing there. So how do you measure? How do you quantify it? Right? So, yeah, I don't get really worked up about that kind of shit. I mean, I like to think that when I pass, I'm going to the spirit world. I like to think that. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Something we tell ourselves to, make ourselves feel better. Because we're scared of death, I guess. Right? I'm not really scared of death, honestly. Doesn't really scare me. Old man Logan, deserves does not exist. #wisdom. Old man, I'm all about the hashtags today. Did you just learn about hashtags today, old man Logan? Is that what it is? Hashtags are freaking awesome. I always love, my wife always makes this joke. #pound. Because when we were kids, right, the symbol for the hashtag was £. On the phone, remember? It was £. And you always say that in the things, right? £. And then hit the £. So ##. That's for us. That's for all of us old cats. Ultimate Res for hashtag jeez, for hashtag sake. For hashtag sake. Fire Drake 18. Hello everybody. Had the first game of Core Space. Awesome. It was a blast. Still have 4 crews more. Galactic Corps, the Mother Spider and Annihilator to paint. That's about 30 models. More contrast paints. Yeah, more contrast paints for the core space, right? And really, I mean, that goes for almost any. Like, I think I'm gonna whip out my Talisman models. Oh man, I caught GW's stream this week on the licensing, and Talisman is coming back, and it looks like it's the same game, like what was the last edition. It looks like it's unchanged. So I'm hoping. Here's the hoping, right? Wait, fingers crossed. Okay, this way, and there we go. Can we do both? Oh yeah, there we go. So it's quad. It's quad finger crossed, and my thumbs, and I'll do my toes. Oh cramp. So yeah. So Talisman. I'm super excited for Talisman. I loves me some Talisman. I even have the digital version. I've played some with the monkeys, which actually we got to go back in and get some more Talisman rocking again on the computer, because it was a lot of fun playing with some of the monkeys, Grim, Aqua, playing some Talisman. Of course, you need a lot of time to play Talisman. Talisman can be an all day kind of thing. We're talking 24-hour streams. You can go a 24-hour stream on some Talisman. Yeah, Matt Hoser. I heard Talisman. Did you hear Talisman? Everybody comes out of the woodwork, right? Talisman. There's Talisman. Yeah, so I caught the licensing. They did a Twitch stream on Games Workshop on the Warhammer channel. And they were talking about plushies. They want to do plushies. And I kept saying, plushie nurglings, because, I want plushie nurglings. I want like 100 different plushie nurglings, and I would fill this whole space with plushie nurglings. I would fill it to the brim so that you can only see me that much, and everything else will be plushie nurglings, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. Where am I? Lazy Monkey, pound signs matter. Pound sign matters. Yeah. Hashtag pound sign. It's still fun because my wife, she still says it's pound sign. No, it's hashtag, but it's pound sign. She's still learning internet. She just got Twitter like this week. I mean, I only got Twitter like a year ago too, so I'm old. Mad Hoser, nurglings with ass capes. There we go. Get some capes. Lazy Monkey, Talisman stream Tuesdays with Kris. Yeah, we should just pick a day. I don't know, Lazy Monkey, if you're on Discord, but we have a channel where, where we talk games and stuff like that and setting up games. I don't know if you're on Discord, but yeah, if Discord's in the bottom, in the link below, or just go to wayofthebrush.com. This goes for everybody, of course. Join us on Discord. Discord's a lot of fun. What time we at here? Holy crap. It's 2:00, but I'm behind. So hour 20. And we got another email. Yeah, we just got one more email to get through. Ooh, looks exciting. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. Anywho, and the stream has been running great. God, I'd hate to think that it was my fault that my stream was running like shit. No, my internet was crapped out. We did tests on the internet, and it was crapped out. And when I tested, the tech was here today, and he changed out a few things and stuff like that. Tested again, and it was rock solid. And I did test before the stream today, and everything was rock solid. I don't know why. As soon as I click it at 12, everything's all fucked up. I don't know why. So I don't know. But anyway. Old Man Logan. Never heard of Talisman. Hashtag cuz. Hashtag old. Stop with the fucking hashtags already. Old Man Logan. Talisman's old, dude. Talisman's for us old cats. Talisman is just good family fun when you have about 12 hours to play a board game. Especially if you have like all the expansions. Because I still have like my I'll even whip it out for you guys. Hold on. Hopefully I don't drop my lightsaber. My lightsaber. Hold on here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I still have my old Talisman here. Got the box all caved in. Still have all my bits. Hold on. Yeah. Still have. Ooh. Oh, there he is. I forgot I had this guy, this old cat, Lich Lord. Man, there's a bunch in here. Here's a dwarf. It's one of my favorite little dwarfs. Anyway, this is when back when GW was doing this box with their Warhammer models, right? Had all the little cones. Oh yeah, my little jester. This was one of the Bretonians, and little jester. I can't remember what the hell the jester's name is. But anyway. Ooh, who's this? Oh, some necromancer. Got the old. What the hell's this? What the hell's this guy? The Chaos Warrior from Hero Quest. I have a whole bunch of Hero Quest. Yeah. Here's one. Untouched from Hero Quest. Chaos Warrior. Anyway. Oh, look at this. Old plastic wizard. Not even on a base. Don't even know why he's not on a base. Don't even know. Woo! Look at this. Woo! Minotaur on a old school monster base. So anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the other part too. Let me see if I can find one here. Yeah. So they used to print characters on like in the White Dwarf back when you used to cut your White Dwarves up and stuff, right? And so so I cut the White Dwarf up and just put it to like some card. This was what? This looks like one of the kids' toys or something. It was the box for the toys. But anyway, Talisman, loves me some Talisman. Yeah, good family fun. This one. Now I made a mess of my shelf. Oh well, fuck it. Old Man Logan, still never heard of it. I know you still haven't heard of it. I'm telling you about it right now though. The new version. Do I have the new version box in here? No. The latest edition? I think it's in the other room. I look over here like it's going to be over here. It's not going to be over here. Anyway. Oh, jeez. This chair is breaking, I think. Yeah, Old Man Logan. Look on Steam. Talisman. It's exactly like the board game. It plays like the board game. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, you know what? We're going to have to set up a night where we do Talisman. I don't know if we'll stream it or if we'll just sit and play it and just, have fun and laughs. Either way, right? Nathaniel, predecessor to Slambo. Yeah. Exactly. I should get that model, actually, the new version of that old model. Anyway. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Love it when Kris whips it out. Job is left not. My Talisman box has cardboard figures. It's that old. Oh, it's the old one. Yeah, with the card figures. Yeah, that's when I started playing Talisman. That was what, second edition? Is that second? When it had Timescape and everything, or was that first edition? When it had Timescape and it had like the Space Marine and stuff. But anyway, that's back when the Thief was just completely garbage. It was just so damn broken. Just thinking about the old Thief was just, and especially if your buddy took the Thief. Oh my god, it's like, you're an asshole. Why would you? Oh no, don't talk to me. This is gonna be a shitty game. I don't want to play. Yeah, the damn Thief. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you just, as soon as he lands on you, oh, and I take your horse and cart and all your shit. It's like, oh my lord, no. Nowadays the Thief isn't that bad. He's still annoying. Yeah, table flip. Lazy one can't do the table flip. Yeah. Fuck you! We're done. You win, asshole. Old Man Logan, I'm coming over right now. We're going to play. Sure, come on over, man. House is a mess, but, come on over. This goes for everybody. Want to party at my house? We'll have barbecue. It's actually, it's not too bad. Yeah, have barbecue. Have some beers. Right? Why not? As soon as I get my other room with the game table and everything like that, yeah, you guys want to hang out at my house? Fucking play games? No problem. Bring the beers. Because I'm not, not made of money. Dark Commission. Up till 4 years ago, I'd not even heard of GW. I'm 53 and played games all my life. Yeah. But Talisman is a legacy game. It's one of those legacy. It's as old as Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is an old game as well. Blood Bowl. Yeah, my Blood Bowl. Well, I have the new version and the old version. Mine's, I think, 3rd edition Blood Bowl. I also have Space Hulk, the last edition of Space Hulk. I still haven't even painted up the models for that yet. Maybe I should paint those models. I still have my Magic from Warhammer Fantasy. I still have my expansion here, which has all my rules for Fantasy. Oh, I still have all this. Yeah, I still have all this. Let me pull the lid off. Yeah, look, he still has my Bretonnian Army book. Have all the cards. Yeah, army lists in here. What books do I have in here? So I got the Magic. Yeah, I got the rule book. Got all my sheets. All the war gear. Oh, it's my Necromunda army in here. Ooh. Find all sorts of shit when you start going through your boxes. I miss Bretonnians. GW, you got to bring Bretonnians back. If anybody from GW is listening to me rant and rave about shit, bring Bretonnians back. Make Bretonnians great again. I'm going to wear a red cap. Make Bretonnians great again. Oh, shit. Defend you. Kris, be careful. You'll have 12,000 monkeys in your backyard. That's okay. Come on over, man. Come on over. Come on. Darren. Hey, Kris. Had a question about working with Turbo Dork paints. I'm doing a squad of Rubik Marines, and I'm struggling to get opacity with my metallics over a Cool Ranch blue. Any wisdom you could offer? Okay, wait. Hold on. You're trying to get opacity with the metallics over the Cool Ranch. So you've laid Cool Ranch down, nice solid blue, and now you're trying to get a transition of color on top of that. Is that what? Am I interpreting your statement correctly there? Yeah, because with a lot of the Turbo Dork metallics, they really like. This goes for any metallic paints from anybody's paint range. They do really rely on a black base or darker base, because like for gold you could use like a dark red or even a dark purple, and gold sit on top of that, and it looks fantastic. It kind of gives it kind of an antique-y kind of look. So if you're going with Cool Ranch, you could even go with a dark blue or a black, right? I definitely would recommend when you're priming your models and you're doing metallics as your primary color, I definitely would recommend using a gloss black prime. Stynylrez has a gloss black, and I really, really enjoy it. It dries really, really quickly. It goes on really easily, especially by airbrush. I don't know if you're airbrushing though, or if you are hand painting. If you are hand painting your Turbo Dorks, you are going to have to lay down a few layers. If you're doing it by airbrush, you can kind of get through that a little bit faster, but it's kind of, it's just a little bit easier. But then you're spraying metallics, and you got to just be careful of how close you are and what PSI you're running, because you got to kind of have to come in a little bit close when you're just kind of quickly laying it down. And especially if you're too far, I find that metallics all of a sudden gets like sparkles. So you like throw a bunch of sparkles on your model and it looks awful. So you got to be careful with that. But as far as laying the metallics over the Cool Ranch, if you're doing it by brush, you're gonna have to lay a few thin layers down and just slowly build it up. If you're doing it by airbrush, turn your PSI down just a bit, and you shouldn't have to thin the color down, and then work just a little bit closer and just kind of do passes over the area and just slowly build it up. Again, it's essentially just building layers up again. Yeah, I struggled to get opacity with my metallics over the Cool Ranch blue. Yeah, what for your Rubik Marines? I think if you're laying the Cool Ranch blue down, I think all you need to do is just edge them with silver. And then if you want, take a clear blue, like say for example Calth blue from Forge World, or Plasma Fluid from Ghost Tints, and lay that on that surface, and it'll just retint that everything, and it'll give you a nice metallic-y blue. I think you might have to, Darren, I think you might have to lay out just a little bit more exactly what's not happening for you, I think. But yeah, I just kind of roughly interpreting what you're talking about there. Yeah. Because I'm not sure exactly what color you're laying on top, but I know with a lot of the Turbo Dork, now with the Turbo Dork also, as well as I know that they're doing a reformulation. I don't know if they're currently already selling the reformulation, the reformulated colors. Basically, they've just added a bit more, I think, a binder to the metallics, so they're a little bit thicker and not quite as thin-bodied. The thin-bodiness doesn't bother me at all, but that's because I'm used to working with really thin layers anyway. Whereas I know a lot of people who are newer to painting kind of usually struggle at laying down even layers of paint. But again, that just comes with experience. It's not, it's not really the paint's fault. It's just lack of experience, and you just build it up, and so yeah, I think I need a little bit more information there, Darren, as far as what's happening, like what exactly is not happening for you. I know you're saying you're struggling to get opacity with the metallics over Cool Ranch. What color are you trying to put on top of the Cool Ranch? And are you doing it by brush or by airbrush? I think that's what I kind of need. That's the info I need, I think. Ghost Starman Deluxe. If I could get a plane to Canada at such short notice, I totally would. Well, you just plan it out. Just let me know when you're coming. If you're coming for a visit, dude, yeah, I'll totally come get you on the airport. Maybe. If I'm not busy. He calls me up. You asshole, you said you were going to come get me at the airport. Fumble. Yay for Blood Bowl. Yes, Blood Bowl. I love Blood Bowl. I got to finish my team still. And I still would love to build like a stadium. I've talked with Lee about this one because Lee is really passionate about Blood Bowl, and yeah, we've talked about it many times about like this and that, and just having like just creating that really great atmosphere for it. Be awesome. Fire Drake 18, Kris, do you have suggestions for alternate models for core space models? I believe they are 32 mil. Are they 32 mil? I thought they were more true scale. These are more, because I just recently did this, dude, on the painting. Did I post this? I don't know if I posted this video yet or not. Oh no, I think this did go on the channel. Yeah, I think this tutorial, and this is like all contrast paint. Was it all contrast paint? I think it was all contrast paint. Anyway, 32 mil. Well, compared to like a Necromunda Ganger, he's about the same height. So with core space, the base sizes 25. This base that they're on, that they're molded to, it looks like a 25 mil base. It looks pretty darn close to me, right? Just not the same thickness, because they don't want to get their asses sued, right? So yeah, I think regular old 40K models will work if you want to proxy in some stuff. Yeah. Of course, you can always look at like a company like Reaper. Reaper's, a lot of their models I think are like heroic scale. I guess really it depends on what you're looking for. What kind of models are you looking for? What are you looking to proxy into your core space collection, right? But yeah. So hopefully Fire Drake, that kind of helps. I don't know if that was helpful, but but yeah. I mean, as far as like some of those robots and stuff like that, yeah, I think Reaper probably sells some. Check out Reaper. The thing is with Reaper, they got to organize their site a little bit better as far as like how you go about finding models to as approximates, because it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. It's just because they have such a huge collection of models that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Lazy Monkey, unboxing streams of old box games you haven't opened in years. Gamer archaeology. Yeah, I don't have that many. Because I've purged quite a few times moving around over the last 15 years, 20 years. I've purged quite a bit. And yeah, I still have some stuff you know, like in the old boxes. But otherwise, like even some old models and stuff like that, I've gotten rid of. Otherwise, it looks like an episode of Hoarders. And you know, the old lady looks at me weird when I, you know, have a whole bunch of freaking boxes hanging around and stuff like that. And I you know, and it just gets, you know, so cluttered and stuff like that. And I've in the last quite a few years, I've tried to take a very minimal approach to things. I don't like to have too many projects on the go. And if I think that I'm going to do it, and then I don't ever get around to it, and it's like 10 years later, and it's like, oh, maybe I should just get rid of it. Like right now, I got a bunch of Star Wars kits that I still have yet to do, and I probably should start doing them. But I think because I want to do more streams, and I want to do more of my projects. So, and now that it seems like my streaming is fine. I have 0 errors. Drop frames is 0. The last couple weeks, I have not seen that. It feels like a long time since I've seen 0 drop frames. So everything has been good. It might be a combination of what I was doing. Maybe the computer just needs to be reset. I don't know. But anyway, so hopefully this week I'm going to get back on track as far as like doing regular streams, weigh the brush on its regular days. So if you're not following me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch because I am planning on doing more streams there. Not so much YouTube, because YouTube I'm gonna just keep doing Weigh the Brush as I normally do, and but also the tutorials are gonna go up. So you know, again, for everybody on Patreon is gonna get early access. I also want to try and think of some other kind of benefits. I do have spoiler. I've told the patrons this already. I have dice coming. I've got a whack ton of dice coming. I think I ordered like 500, so a lot of dice are coming in. So if you want Weigh the Brush dice, I'm the guy to talk to. Like, you're gonna go to somebody else for. Yeah, no, it wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, to go back to the gamer archaeology, the one that that would be a lot of fun. It would be like, well, the only old school people are gonna know this one, but back when they were going through Al Capone's vaults, yeah, that's what it'd be like with Ash. Is going through his collection, even going to his office. That looks like a freaking episode of Hoarders at his office where he films all his videos. It looks like an episode of Hoarders. There's just shit everywhere. There's just boxes of stuff, just boxes and boxes. And he has stuff from like way back in the day, and because people keep sending him more and more stuff, and it's like, that's why, like, you know, for me personally, I'm kind of like, I'm okay that, you know, nobody really, you know, is sending me their crap, because I really don't have that much room here. I would probably have to find an office, and you know what I mean. And it's more cost. Then I have to, you know, get my internet working there. And So yeah. Anyway, Lazy Monkey. There's a Necromunda campaign coming up. Yeah, with Ash. Yeah, we're doing a Necromunda. So I wouldn't be surprised if a Blood Bowl, Battlefield Gothic, etc. make an appearance as well. Battlefield Gothic, definitely Battlefield Gothic. So I got a fleet. Ash has a fleet. Owen has a fleet. Yeah, Blood Bowl. I don't know if Ash has a Blood Bowl team. He probably does. He's probably got all of them. But yeah, I still have to get mine done. I killed myself this week too, because we were filming this week, and yeah, I was trying to hurry up and get my Cawdor done. Is it Cawdor? Kador? Cawdor? Kador. Kador is War Machine. Cawdor. Anyway, Lazy Monkey Talisman on Steam is on sale too. Interesting. Yeah, it's usually only a couple bucks. I think it's like $10 for like a whole bunch of the expansions and shit like that. There's even expansions I don't think I have for that digital version. And like my old version of Talisman, I wanted all the expansions, but that made the game huge. But like the Dragon's Tower in the old version of Talisman, it was multi-tiered with that old plastic dragon on top of it. I never got around to getting it, and so I was like, the collector in me is like, but anyway, because I have City and Mountain for that version. For the other version, do I have City and Mountain? I don't even know. Anyway. And that's the other one too. Like I might do streams in the game room where I'm like, because my family loves playing some board games, and we might have a family board game night. So again, now that my streaming looks like it might be okay, yeah. More streams, man. The streams. We'd be lots of we're streaming everywhere. I know. I had to turn it into a P joke. I get it. Nathaniel, Kris' new channel. Let's get shit done. Yeah, I know. I could just do a whole channel just getting shit done. Anyway. Nathaniel, D6. Mustache is a 6. Monkey's a 1. No, the monkey's on the 6. The 1 is a 1. I didn't do the 1. It costed more. Lazy Monkey. I never had the Dragon's Tower. No, neither did I. Mad Hoser. Old. Yeah. Ishab. Hey, Kris. Get the name Kador correct. Otherwise, Miranda will kick your butt. Yeah. And she probably would. She'd probably just kick my ass anyway. Mad Hoser. Old Man Logan. Do you have Steam? Old Man Logan. Do you have Steam? Have you heard of Steam? Like actual, not Steam, not water vapor, but the application, the program Steam on PC, and I think OS X as well. I think I have Steam on my computer. Yeah, Steam's for Apple as well. Yeah, I got Steam on my computer. Yeah, that's right, because I was playing Counter-Strike. I was playing Counter-Strike on this computer. Because, yeah, I can play games on this computer. I don't, but try not to. My daughter plays Sims. My daughter does a lot of Sims. She loves making houses and stuff like that, and creating layouts, and she loves all that. She if anybody's into Sims, you probably might have seen some of her designs. If you're really into Sims, you got to be really into Sims, though. Actually, I don't know how really into Sims you got to be, but I try and encourage her. Like oh, let's do some videos where you can talk about what you're doing, and if you want to keep because she's really excited. She's really excited about it, and she likes it. So try and encourage her. Geo Fits. Hey, Kris. Hey, Geo. What's happening? Nathaniel, Steam is platform independent. Is platform independent? Okay. Let's do another email because, we got 10 minutes left of the show. So, because I've been running for about 2 hours. I know it's almost 2:30. Normally I'm done by 2-ish. But because of the problems at the beginning of the stream, but how everything seems to be fucking right on, man. Right on. Anyway, let's do an email. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. I keep forgetting to switch. Email time. Email time. Might help if I pay attention if the music's still running, right? This is from Robin. Oh, Robin, okay. I think I've plateaued in my painting. These are 2 most recent minis I've painted, yesterday and today, and help advice on how to improve would be welcomed. Love what you do, love the channel, Robin. So let's have a look at Robin's efforts. Let's go to this cam. Yes. Okay. So, you're worrying about plateauing. Well, you still have plenty of areas to go into. I think first and foremost, I think you might want to start venturing into other techniques. I really enjoy your use of color here. I like that I like that you're doing other things that you normally don't see. Like the first thing that jumps at me was your use of creating the lines on top of the crackle medium. I really like that. I don't think I've seen anybody do that. Unless, of course, you've seen somebody do that and that's where you got the inspiration to do it. Then, okay, great. But I really like that. I like, you're going for it with the eyeballs and the pustules and stuff like that. I really like that. No, I wouldn't worry about plateauing. Because you still can go further. I think really where you want to look at next is your technique. It looks like you rely heavily on dry brushing and layering. If you really enjoy dry brushing and layering, great. Dry brushing still offers a lot. as far as mastery of the color and mastery of technique. Your dry brushing actually looks pretty good. I think where you really start to excel with dry brushing is when you actually start using it less. Believe it or not, is that when you have less and less paint on your brush and you're using it in less and less layers. I've mentioned this many times before that when dry brushing, if you go beyond 2 or 3 colors and like layering of colors, it starts to get really, really chalky. Whereas when you keep it to like 1 or 2 layers, the effect is very, very nice, and at arm's length is almost indistinguishable from airbrushing, which is really nice. Which is one of the nice things about about dry brushing, is that you can create some really nice subtle transitions really quickly, really easily. With your layering, I think you could start playing around with glazing, possibly even feathering. I definitely would look at some ideas for that. If it is something that you want me personally to explain, I definitely can make a video on it. And if everybody else thinks that's something that really needs to be explained, I most certainly can film a few videos on blending and layering, and because again, I'm independent now, and I can create all sorts of videos. Like I said, all the information is rattling around up in my brains, and so I'm more than willing to share information with people and help people achieve their desired results. But as far as plateauing is concerned, I guess really, if you feel like you're plateauing, are you not happy with what you're doing? Are you not happy with your paint jobs? I would be happy with this. I mean, like as far as like brush control is concerned, I think you have great brush control because those eyeballs are really good. You even put little spot highlights into the eyes. I see lots of little transitions going on. The big eyeballs in the belly. I'm assuming these are all eyeballs because it looks like eyeballs. It's a lot of fun, really fantastic. I really enjoy it. I think like little veins, like in the eyes, like at the edges of the eyeball, like just doing like the little veins, because it looks like you've got great brush control, and it looks like you know how to lay down a nice smooth layer. Again, your use of color is good. Everything's nice and neat. Like, I'm sure on the tabletop this looks freaking awesome, and I'll bet that skin tone just jumps out at people. But yeah, I think yeah, you might be wanting to start looking at blends, creating more blends. Dry brushing is a way to blend, but dry brushing is one of those techniques that we learn first or early on in our painting, but actually is something that we come back to very often, and it actually is quite nuanced in how you use it. Whereas you might want to look at wet blending, wet on wet blending, feathering, glazing, yeah, all these other techniques, because it looks like you have really good control, because I'm looking at like the highlights in the eyes, and I can see where you've laid your highlights down, and I can see where you've dry brushed, and it looks like you've had a very light hand in your dry brushing, which is really great. But no, I wouldn't worry about plateauing. I think the only thing about the plateauing is that maybe you're getting bored. Maybe. Is that possibly it? Are you maybe getting... I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe getting bored. That's a possibility. I think maybe, yeah, you might want to look at playing around at other techniques. So I don't know. Ishab, yes, make more videos on blending. Yeah, I'll totally. Lazy monkey, it's looking at me. It's looking at me. The eyeballs are looking at me. Yeah, I think those are really awesome. I like your use of color. on both models. No, from what I can see, especially if your goal, like, what is your goal? I guess maybe that's why you're feeling like you're plateauing, right? Maybe that's why you're feeling like you're plateauing. There's no goal, right? What is your goal? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to, like? Do you want to paint like so and so? Do you want to paint this and that? You know, what are your goals? I think maybe that's what it is. Because your painting is quite is very competent, and so, you know, maybe that's why you're feeling that way. Maybe you're feeling bored. I don't know, but that the Poxwalker. It's always hard to say Poxwalker. It always sounds like you're going to start sounding like this. So anyway, Poxwalker. I really like the skin tone. That's really fun, and overall the color scheme fantastic. And yeah, I think that's probably where you might want to start venturing, is start looking at wet blending and feathering and glazing, these other finer nuanced ways of, you know, of painting. So, but otherwise I think your painting looks great, especially if you're just, you know, really, if you're just painting for tabletop. Nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with learning and advancing your technique, even if you're staying at tabletop. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It just means that you can create some really fun things quickly, because as you start to master those skills, you can just create some really quick effects on a model, even if you're just doing it for tabletop, and it'll look fantastic, and you'll blow people's minds on the when you know, bring them to a tournament or something, and just, wow, look at that, look at those oh my god, you know what I mean? And people lose their shit over that stuff. So, you know, and if you want to, you know, turn some heads, absolutely nothing wrong with that, you know. So, yeah. Ultimate Res, I think I'll pass on that hug. I might catch something like death. Oh, he just wants. Oh, the lazy monkey says he wants to give you a hug. He just wants to give you a hug. He's coming in. He said, "Come on, we're bros, aren't we?" No, you're covered in fucking eyeballs. No, get away from me. Because eyeballs usually are squishy, right? Ooh, no. I'm just getting freaked out just thinking about that. Hugging somebody who's got a bunch of eyeballs all over them. Oh, no. Boo Bear? Cheers for the advice. Vids on feathering and blending would be awesome. Yeah, getting a little bored and unsatisfied. Yeah. Change it up. Paint something else. You know, grab a model kit. For me, when I was at one point when I was really fighting burnout, a few years ago, I really started getting into Star Wars, the Bandai Star Wars kits. Got into those, and that helped, you know. And I started applying, you know, some old school modeling techniques, and I was doing some miniature painting techniques on them, and I was enjoying the results. And you know, I still got to finish a few things, but yeah. Once I get my other studio space all set up, yeah, I'm probably gonna have the shelves full of like all my Star Wars kits and stuff like that. It's just gonna look, it's gonna be just, you know, a little nerd basement down here. I'm just gonna nerd it right up, just everything, just nerd. It's all nerd. A complete nerd aesthetic. But yeah, if you're feeling bored and unsatisfied, yeah, start venturing off. Don't be afraid to venture off and experiment and do different things. And like I said, try out different techniques. Maybe if you still want to work on your armies, but you want to try different techniques, maybe you want to get into glazings, maybe wet blendings, featherings, maybe just using dry brushing in different sort of way, maybe edgings. You know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of different directions you could go, you know. And really, I think what it is that it start having a goal in mind. Where do you want to kind of take things? You know, where, you know, do you want to start throwing OSL on things? Do you want to start doing non-metallic metals? Do you want to, you know what I mean? Where do you want to go? The world is your oyster. Fuck. The world is your oyster, and, you know, you can do whatever you want. Just got to imagine it. You're only limited by your imagination. Andreas Benson, you sound like my parents. Where you want to be, where you want to go, get out of the house, damn it, Mom, I'm 35 and it's my freaking house. Well, unfortunately I can't help but sound like a parent at times because I am a parent. I mean, my kids are adults too, so you know, yeah. Been a dad for a long time. I was about to say I'm a parent, like a dad. I've been a dad. I haven't been a mom. Been a dad. I've played the role of dad for quite a few years. Dark Commission, if you lose motivation to paint and painting is your thing, then try busts. Yes, busts. That's another one. Excellent suggestion, Dark Commission. Yeah, busts. That's another one. Try different things. Larger figures, etc. Yeah. Just go outside the norm. Stop looking at, a particular company line and look at another company who's doing something different. Again, you're only limited by your imagination, Yeah, definitely. It's a whole different ball game with different challenges. Exactly. Dark Commission nails it right on the head. Try busts, larger figures, model kits, game board pieces. Just try all sorts of different things. Nathaniel, Boo Bear. Is it Boar Bear? Booger Bear? Anyway, I wish I'd plateau at your level. I wish I'd plateau at your level. Pete Peter, it's alive. Yes. Sorry, Pete Peter. We've been going for a while. In fact, I've been already doing this for 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 minutes now. So I think we're gonna cut her off here momentarily. But the stream has been. Got an email from Games Workshop. Cities of Sigmar. Looks like Empire. And some orcs. Oh yeah, and the small rulebook. I'm excited for that. I want that small rulebook. And I guess I'm going to have to get the Age of Sigmar one too, right? Yeah. Oh, then I seen that there was more previews for the the thing. The Bandai Space Marine. There was more info on that. I'm excited. A little disappointed. I wanted it to be a kit. I wanted to be able to do my own Space Marine. I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom to do whatever the hell crazy ass idea I can think of. Yeah. It's just not going to be. I'm just bummed out. And especially if it's a completed Space Marine, because it looks like it's going to be about like yay big, about 8 inches tall, I think. I'll definitely get some. Don't get me wrong. I'm buying a bunch, but maybe one. Definitely one. Maybe more. Because who knows? I might convert one. It all depends. It depends on how easy they are to convert up. But I just kind of wish they could save me a step and just left it blank. That's all I wanted. Ebb and Flow. Kris, I'm working on a Bandai ATST this weekend. Gift for a friend on his birthday. Yes, birthday. Yeah, the ATST, that was one of my favorites. I wanted to do it like the Endor battle, but then I did it like it was on Hoth. So, how imaginative. Peep Eater. Friggin' YouTube didn't notify me. I know why. I started and stopped the stream like 2 or 3 times, and so YouTube was probably like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, and so it didn't send you the thing. But that's okay. I streamed for about 2 hours, and yeah. So I think we are pretty much done. I think we're done, right? We're done. We're just talking crazy crap right now. Pete Eater. Kris, I'd expect that they will be a follow on Paint It Yourself Space Marine figure. I hope so. I don't know, maybe a Paint It Yourself, because they did it with the Funko, right? They said, "Oh, here's the Funkos," and then they did the Intercessor as blank, right? It seems like a wasted opportunity, especially if this community is full of little miniature painters. Like, why wouldn't you offer something that was, especially from Bandai, who just makes kits, right? Like, why wouldn't there be, a do-it-yourself kind of kit where the whole thing doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm sure it was probably something in how they arranged it. I don't know, but anyway, it's not like I'm in charge of that kind of shit, so whatever, right? Peep Eater, but they won't tell us in advance. Yeah. Dark Commission. Scroll through all those episodes, Jesus, to see how I swapped the bus, etc. Things I've done. Yeah. What do you got those saved, Dark Commission? We talk about it here. We talk about it here. We talk about it here. Oh, yeah, busts. Speaking of busts, well, John did this one for me. Where the hell is it now? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Did this one. This one was a lot of fun. I like this one. I actually went all the way to England to pick this up from him. Here's also another example of just doing something. This is from a great sculptor in Greece, and it's just a big resin piece, right? It's just resin, and I loved it so much. He sculpted it back in like 2017, I believe, and I've wanted it since, and I finally got around to getting it, and yeah, I love this. And I just threw color shift paint on it. Mind you, I have a blue light going, so it's probably throwing different colors on, but yeah, it's a green and purple color shifting. It's really fun. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I like. Oh. So anyway. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think we're done, right? We're done? I don't know. Yeah, so if you need help with your color scheme, you need help with techniques, you need something else explained, or you just want to show off what you're working on, or you want to help, what have you, send your questions to Kris at wavethebrush.com. It is in the description below. If you're sending pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Also in the description below is a link to wavethebrush.com, central hub of all the silliness. It's got links for all the social medias, as well as t-shirts. You want to get yourself a t-shirt, look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world, they're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And of course, also on Way of the Brush, you'll find links for Patreon support. Patreon, I'm independent these days, and so I rely very heavily on Patreon. And if you want to help this channel become great and the center of information and help for especially so many people who want help, and everybody wants help and wants some inspiration, and that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, and I love helping. And so yeah, I think I will be making some videos on technique based type videos. So again, it all helps the cause. Support Patreon. Patreon gets early access, as well as once I get the ball rolling on a bunch of other things, you'll get special little things as well. Well, obviously Patreon supporters at a certain tier, you're going to get dice. Dice will be available soon enough, but it's actually probably about another 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. I can't remember. It was like a bunch of weeks when I did this, before. So anyway, so yeah, and t-shirts, yeah, custom t-shirts, limited edition t-shirts. I'm going to be doing limited edition t-shirts. So yeah, that's also going to be for Patreon supporters. What else? Patreon support. Yeah, so, and of course, if you're not able to support monetarily, thumbing up the video, clicking subscribe, follow, like, and big one is sharing the video. Those all help tremendously. So, and it only takes a couple clicks of a button, and you're helping me out a tremendous amount. So, if you're not able to support monetarily, saying, not able to support by money, that helps as well. So, and it just takes a click a button. That sounds like one of those UNICEF ads. For $1 a day, you can help Kris. You never know. I might be my ass up on those UNICEF ads. You see like the desolate background and poor old Kris, bunch of paints and some, I don't have enough water for my rinse cup. And fucking destitute. Anyway, hashtag click for Kris. Lazy monkey. Hashtag clicks for Kris. Oh shit, yeah. Oh man, that's a good one. We gotta see if we can get that one going, right? Clicks for Kris. That just sounds so sad with those fucking UNICEF and everything. So anyway, yeah, those all help tremendously. Patreon though, Patreon is a big one, and of course, just clicking and the ultimate res. Do you know that you could feed a Kris for just dollars a day? Oh shit! Yeah. Oh. Make it sound so sad and everything like that. So anyway, huge thank you to everybody who currently supports, and again, like I said, patrons get early access. Clicking, subscribing, liking, all that stuff helps as well. And with Sarah McLaughlin music in the background. You guys are killing me. I'm trying to get my ending spiel done here, and you guys are derailing me. Yeah, and so of course, as support grows, I do plan on making more and more videos. I just get everything within its course. Now that I think, hopefully, everything as far as my streaming is concerned has been fixed. I had the tech come in today, and so this week, hopefully, we'll be busier on Twitch, on the Twitch side of things. It'd be kind of fun to actually have I'd like to have at least 2 or 3 more days of streaming on the Twitch side of things. Various things, or maybe just me just sitting down and working on things. The problem with that though is it turns into very long days, unless of course I only stream for a few hours and then get back to work on other stuff. But just because I don't want it to cut into my video production time, right? Making tutorials, because that's the big one, right? So yeah, and of course also everybody on Patreon. I'm probably going to start the upload as soon as I'm done the show today. And so expect probably in the next couple hours, 2 hours. I want to say 2 hours. Don't quote me on that, but next couple hours, a brand new, never before done thing. Have I ever done this before? No, I don't think I've ever done this before. I'm pretty sure I've never done this before. It's not wargaming as such. It's not wargaming related at all. But it's something that a lot of you have expressed interest that I do. So, spoiler. So yeah, in the next 2 hours, hopefully on all the Patreon supporters, hopefully you guys are all watching Patreon, and you'll see what it is that I'm talking about. And so hopefully you guys really like it, and then eventually once it gets posted onto YouTube, everybody else will get to see it, or hear it. I almost did this like hear it. So anyway, yeah, Swedish chef tutorials vids confirmed. So anyway, yeah, so huge thank you to everybody. Big thank you, Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl, Guy Miralfer. Beer and Blood Bowl, that's his YouTube channel. Check him out. If you love yourself some beer and you love yourself some Blood Bowl, Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. That's his YouTube channel. We always say thank you to Carl for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingles that play before the email segment of the show. And so always much love to Carl, because those jingles just bring a smile to our faces, and my faces. I don't have one face. I'm an idiot. Anyway, so big thank you to Carl for taking the time to create those. And so I will always keep plugging away and supporting Carl in his efforts, because hey, he showed me love, I show him love. And if I use his love, I have to reciprocate his love. Not that I have to, but you know what I mean? I want to. I want to reciprocate his love. Wow. We're just going right down tubes here. Some hot man on man love, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. It's just love, right? It's just love. Just spreading the love. Just smearing it around. I better stop before I say something stupid. Too late. That was already 2 hours ago. Anyway, I think we're done. We're done, right? Nathaniel, Kris Kris loves Carl long time. I love him long time. Ishab, I'll have to pay into another gold member. Kris member? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're out of here, folks. I'm done. I can't put a bigger foot in my mouth, so I'm getting the hell out of here. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, it's been fantastic. So yeah, Patreon supporters, yeah, keep your eye out for the next couple hours. This is, of course, as of I'm recording this, the 28th of September. Anyway, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm getting weird. Time way out here, yeah. So take care of those brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next time. And I think we're back to streaming on a regular basis. So, knock on wood, everything's fine. I think. I don't know. Better be. God, I swear to God, it better be. All right, get the hell out of here. I messed that up. I'm in the corner now. Because I had this thing still set up for double cameras. But anyway, so I got to stop this stream because I got to see if I've been streaming at 1080 because I think that's why my system is a little taxed. But everything's fine, and I'm only running at like 30% CPU, which is not bad. It's a lot, but it's not bad. I kind of wish OBS gave you like GPU, you know? But anyway. Yeah, Nathaniel, you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club, Nathaniel. Peter, I guess I should haul out that old Forge World Chaos Marine bust and do something with it. You've got one of those? Damn, dude. Do something, yeah. But whatever you do, Peter, send us work in progress pics or post in the Discord. Either one. Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna be jumping in on Discord after this, because I got stuff on the honeydew. So, Peter, nobody puts Kris in the corner, except the wife. The wife puts me in the corner sometimes. But yeah. So, but yeah, Peter, join. Yeah, I don't know if you are on Discord, if you're familiar with Discord, but yeah, join us there. Keep us up to date on the work in progress. Because if you're gonna do that Forge World, because that's an old bust. If you're gonna do something with that, yeah, keep us up to date. You know, And don't be in a rush to do it. Just take your time, here and there. Just fill us in. Keep us in the loop, Because, yeah. Ebb and Flow, yeah. And Nathaniel, we don't talk about the after credits. Yeah, I'm talking about Fight Club. So, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I was talking about Patreon. So Dice, I'm planning on, obviously everybody at a certain tier, they'll get Dice for free. Limited edition shirts. I'm thinking the last 2 tiers, I think once I get the shirts done, I'll probably send off a shirt for my upper tier people. Of course, Dice will be available for everybody. I have to get my ass together. Getting the steady hand grips, right? Getting these things pumping out again. What was the other thing? There's something else as well that I wanted to do for the Patreon supporters. Fuck, I gotta write a list. Nathaniel, wives are supposed to. Yeah, exactly. P. Peter, you are on Discord? Okay. Then keep us in the loop, man. Keep us in the loop. Yeah, if you're gonna bust out an old Chaos Space Marine bust, yeah, do it. Do it. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so huge thank you to everybody. And everybody keeps support up, I'll be able to keep doing this. If support trails off, well then, nobody wanted help, right? Nobody wanted help, then I don't need to be here, right? So keep those emails coming in too. not that I have to have them, but I like having them. I like knowing you guys are out there going, yeah, you know what, geez, Kris, I could use your hand. Greenleaf, please get closer to the camera. Like really close. Like here, hold on. Let's, oops, shit. I fucked that up. Hold on here. Adam. Shut the fuck up. Hold on, I'm gonna change the focus here. Let's do this. And we're gonna get really close in. You guys are gonna get freaked out here. Hold on. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready for this one? Because Adam's being a smartass. Here we go. We're gonna go like that. Yeah. And then we're gonna come real close in. No, that's not close enough. Hold on here. Oh. There we go. That's really... It's like I'm at the eye doctor, right? Early signs of... what's it? Oh, fuck off. What's that disease they're always looking for when they're checking your eyes? Glaucoma. He's more... Gotta get that glaucoma happening. I've gotta get that glaucoma happening. What a stupid thing to say. I gotta get me some of that. Some glaucoma. Anyway. Alright, let's get the hell out of here, people. It's a Saturday. It's a beautiful, somewhat rest of Saturday. I'm just glad this. I think I'm mostly resolved, so... Like I said, keep your eye on the Twitch, folks. Keep your eye on the Twitch. Eye on the prize. Like this eye right here. Alright. Go. Get out of here. Shoo, little monkeys. Shoo. It's like a freaking raccoon got into my garbage. Was trying to get into my garbage last night. Son of a bitch. Little bugger. Little trash pandas.